seats to 53. The Congress is down 34 to 34. Chhattisgarh really, Ashok Malik, is an example of the BJP snatching a big victory from the jaws of near imminent defeat.
Well, even BJP leaders who were half confident about Madhya Pradesh were, even...
I'm telling you, Ashok, one of the top leaders this morning. He said, no, it'll be tight, but mushkil lag raha hai. Just this morning, while the counting was going on.
But it tells you something about the BJP, not just in terms of leadership, but in terms of the organization, that it has managed to defend a 20-year incumbency in Madhya Pradesh, while the Congress has found it difficult to defend a one-term incumbency, even with a strong Chief Minister.
No, and also, for a moment, think about the prowess in election management of Amit Shah. He didn't go to Rajasthan. He told people around him that it's easy and I don't want to spend there. That's why JP Nadda went. He went to Madhya Pradesh and he spent time in Chhattisgarh, rotating candidates, bringing in new faces, and the fact that in these tough elections, the Home Minister himself driving the campaign on the ground, taking the tough decisions and moving things around in the political chessboard to ensure that on the day of polling, he's able to get his voters out. He said, and I mentioned this earlier, that maybe the polls are showing us behind, but in the numbers that we are getting, I'll get more people to the polling booth. So the poll may show Congress in front in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. They'll be able to get lesser people to the polling booth. So there'll be people who intended to vote Congress who may not go. I will get more people who intend to vote for me to go. That really is micromanagement of very high order.
Each BJP worker at the booth level is given a list of names, people he has to ensure come out of the houses and vote. That sort of micromanagement, that sort of last mile determination is frankly not there in other parties.
But Chetan, in some senses, this is like a super heavyweight champion up against a bantamweight boxer. You put them in the ring and the result is likely to be the same each and every time.
Why is he superweight boxer? They're also Indian citizens with the same passport and Aadhaar card as Rahul Gandhi has. I mean, how did they become superweights? I mean, they were not born with it. In fact, they're homegrown. They're like first generation, and that shows the difference hunger, passion, hard work can make in any profession. I mean, keep on assuming. I agree. I said in the morning also they're the 900-pound gorilla in the room. They're like Google in search, and Microsoft made ChatGPT and made them dance. Congress needed to have made them dance today for have any hope.
But look at what they've done, for example, in Karnataka. They lost Karnataka 5 months ago. So for all the micromanagement organizational skills, there are limitations to it. But what have they done since then? They had marginalized Yediyurappa and believed that they could move to a post-Yediyurappa Karnataka. Now they've gone back to Yediyurappa. His son has been made party president, and they seem to be giving the sense that we believe that we need Yediyurappa for the Lok Sabha. So you're willing to swallow your pride. You made mistake. JDS, Amit Shah, Rahul Kaval, you will recall at the conclave said, JDS and Congress are two sides of the same corruption. What have they gone and done? They've gone and tied up with the JDS. Why? Because they believe that in southern Karnataka, you may well need the JDS to offset the rise of the Congress. So you're willing to learn. You're willing to course correct. Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed. Let's be clear.
And you don't put your ego ahead. Like Kamal Nath would have given a few seats to the Samajwadi Party in the areas neighboring Uttar Pradesh. He chose not to.
No, even in Rajasthan, you realize at some stage that you will need Vasundhara. You had to mollify her. It didn't take, it wasn't easy, but you eventually did it. She went and campaigned without being projected as the face. Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Let's be clear. Today we are playing encomiums to Shivraj Singh Chauhan. BJP in September was not mentioning Shivraj Singh Chauhan's name. By October, he was suddenly out there as one of their faces. So the BJP's ability to course correct. It's not as if this is some invincible machine, but it is a machine that is willing to do what it takes to win elections. The Congress, on the other hand, did exactly the opposite. Please tell me, for 5 years you could not resolve the problem between Gehlot and Pilot. Only on the last day you had a photo op. Look at it. When I look at these numbers, Congress could have been close to the BJP in Rajasthan had you been able to prevent a united front 6 months ago. You failed to do that because you thought Ashok Gehlot, the man who challenged you, Ashok Gehlot challenged your own leadership 1 year ago, and you were not able to do anything. Twice over. So what did you do? You couldn't do anything. Look at what you did in Chhattisgarh. You last moment made T.S. Singh Deo your deputy CM. You had promised him chief ministership for half the term. What happened? So the Congress, unfortunately, the point that Yogendra makes is well taken. There's a huge gap between your national leadership and how your local leaders look at elections.
But that also shows how weak your national leadership is, Raj.
Or disconnected.
We're disconnected all week. Where you're working in Telangana together, you're completely disconnected and have no idea in the three heartland states.
Absolutely.
They are in power. They had Rajasthan. They had Chhattisgarh. And it's like that Avis, the car rental company said, we are number 2, we work harder. You just had to work hard and show that when Congress comes to power, we do a better job than BJP. Yes, all these things, also organization, all that. But you had 5 years, you were in power. And what did we see? Like there's a division in the party. People are just watching drama unfolding on screen. More drama.
No, Rajasthan is a classic example. Rajasthan is a classic example of the Congress shooting itself in the foot. 2018, you had Sachin Pilot, young generation leader. You had Ashok Gehlot, experienced leader. Get them to work together. If they don't, find a way. That's management. Management is about managing conflicts.
If you just look at the numbers right now of Rajasthan, 109 by 73 where the Congress stands. If the Congress had its act together, they could have put at least 15 more on the board.
100%. And that would have so it shows that the Congress is unable. Management school is about managing people. You're not able to manage people. You keep promising pilots something, it didn't happen.
In both Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, the BJP actually managed a much more factualized party organization much better. It managed to send central leaders, including ministers, and told them go fight MLA level.
I agree with you, Ashok, with one caveat. When you are in power in the center, you can get away with a lot. When you have Mr. Modi's own personal popularity, you can get away with a lot. I would like to see the post-Modi BJP being able to deal with factionalism the way Mr. Modi is. Today, because Mr. Modi is India's neta number 1, he's like Amitabh Bachchan. From 1 to 10, in the late 1970s, Bachchan was number 1. You didn't know who was number 2. That was Vinod Khanna, anyone else. Therefore, he's able to, if Mr. Modi decides Manohar Lal Khattar banega, Khattar hi banega. In the Congress, you can't do that.
So what will happen now is that with the Congress national leadership further weakened, you will have these regional satraps demanding their pound of flesh. I do not rule out a DK Shivakumar tomorrow saying that I want to have a date by which I will be made the chief minister.
No, Sudhir, you tell me here. I'm seeing trend number 6 on Twitter. Bhatti, Vikramarka for CM. So he'll tomorrow say, mujhe bhi banna hai. If he's not made today, he'll say 2 years from now, and the party leadership will be left again.
Especially when they have only 66. It's just 6 above the halfway mark.
Yeah, he can move.
So you could have a group of, let's say, SC MLAs or SC and ST MLAs saying that we want our pound of flesh, we want these many ministries, or we want to
you see that happening today or 6 months
now? Because Revan will have the national leadership's backing. He's seen as a man of the moment, but sooner than later, depending on how it transpires, let's say in Karnataka, where DK, as you know, was also promised some kind of a bigger role, not just a deputy CM, it would, those rumblings will happen. Once the honeymoon period is over, those rumblings will happen.
DK's supporters have already sent out a message that DK has been promised 2.5 years. What will happen when 2.5? Same thing, T.S. Singh Deo. I still recall the day, Rahul, T.S. Singh Deo and Baghel came to Delhi. In the morning, we were told that Baghel is being replaced by T.S. Singh Deo. By the evening, Baghel stayed on. Poor T.S. Singh Deo was wondering what had happened to him. Now, that's the Congress's inability to manage factionalism because of a weakened high command is now going to
No, the joke
work
the
against
CLP
them in
meeting
state
was,
after state.
The joke the CLP meeting was that everyone, that Sachin Pilot sat down with Mr. Magar and Mr. Kharge, hoping that by the end of that CLP meeting he'd be the chief minister in the final leg, and there were no MLAs.
So I think there are serious problems for the Congress. I think the good news, therefore, who will be very happy today are the India allies.
Yeah.
Because they will feel that Congress wale aate hain meeting mein humko dictate karte hain. Whether it's a Kejriwal, Mamata Banerjee, all the smaller parties, Akhilesh Yadav, they will now say, you want to work with us? You can't work only on your own
Kamal
terms.
Nath said, no, Akhilesh kaun?
No, I met Akhilesh Yadav at a wedding last night. So I said, Kamal Nath ne aapko kaha, Akhilesh, जाने दीजिए, कल देखते हैं क्या होता है. So, they will all have a feeling of schadenfreude at what has happened today.
They may be happy, but the point is the India alliance as a political factor, as a rival to the BJP and the BJP's alliance, the NDA, becomes that much weaker in state after state, including the crucial state of Maharashtra.
It should have been 2-2. In what you're saying would have happened if there was a 2-2, like Congress is so, still kept in check, but they're still performing somewhat. But now, what is this India alliance? Like, what?
But why should it be 2-2? You see, if you're a party...
No, I'm saying if Congress had won 2 states today, they could have at least gone to the India alliance. Now it almost feels like the whole idea of like boycotting 14 reporters and the whole thing made a lot of news, but it's not working, right? Are you any of the boycotted ones? By the way, I met some of them and they're saying all the India alliance leaders are coming on their channel today.
No, you see, the fact is,
That's separate.
the fact is, all of this may make headlines. Eventually, you have to connect with people. Indian elections are about last mile connectivity. The BJP has mastered the art of booth level, mandal level communication. The Congress, to some extent, did it in Karnataka.
Because they made this name, right? They made this name and they said we have won the war on the name. The name has connected. India name has connected. Master stroke. Then they boycotted 14 reporters.
No, but let me give you an example, just to show how it's worked. You do an India Alliance meeting in Mumbai. You say we are going to hold a grand meeting in Bhopal next month. In the first week of October, we are going to hold a grand meeting. What does Kamal Nath say? I don't know about any such thing. I don't want a rally. Why? Because the DMK may attend and the DMK has used certain words on Sanatan Dharma. So he didn't want the DMK around. Samajwadi Party, which has some hold in Bundelkhand and Bagelkhand, you don't want to have a tie-up with them, even though Akhilesh was desperate to have he said, give me 4 or 5 seats, at least we'll give the impression of being together. So you have an India Alliance in Delhi that sits in a 5-star hotel, either in Delhi or Mumbai, but on the ground, what's happening? On the ground, they're fighting Arvind Kejriwal. It'll be interesting to see how many votes he's picked up in Chhattisgarh. When you went in Chhattisgarh, Aam Aadmi Party was fighting the Congress and saying that Bhupesh Baghel is corrupt. The loudest voices against Bhupesh Baghel I heard on the streets of Chhattisgarh were from Aam Aadmi Party activists.
So because the Aam Aadmi Party wanted to get into an alliance with Mr. Baghel, especially where the tribal areas were concerned, and they were completely slighted by Mr. Baghel. But for no reason why. But what is the Aam Aadmi Party stake in a place like Chhattisgarh? So that was the reasoning given by Mr. Baghel at that
No,
point.
you can't in Indian politics. This has to, if you want, when you're fighting Narendra Modi and Amit Shah,
All in.
you have to have, or you've got to play the perfect match. Australia won the World Cup final by playing the perfect match against India. India is a better team, much better team, but they played the perfect match.
The big story today, far from the losers' lament, is the BJP sweep in the saffron states. These are images from the Congress headquarters in Hyderabad. Revant Reddy has just reached the Congress headquarters. They are fully watching India today in a manner that I'm delighted with. The fact that every single person, no matter which party office it is in Hyderabad, we love all of you for watching us so closely, and the fact that our poll also turned out to be correct helps that, of course, and our coverage and the fact that all the leaders have been speaking to India today first. All that now playing out to the Congress headquarters where Revant Anna has just landed up, giving the Congress some saving grace. Imagine if they were less than 60, there would have been so much horror and anger in the Congress camp. The only fact that they're still holding on to the straws that they are is because they won an important state like Telangana.
A state which was created in a way by the Congress.
Yes.
And was also one of the many blunders of the Congress. When you list the blunders, many will say, here was Andhra Pradesh, solid 42 MLAs, 42 MP state.
33 won by the Congress in 2009.
That's right. You won 2004 and 2009 on Andhra. Sudhir will tell me, but I have still not understood what was the compulsion to push through Telangana. You did so, you lost out to KCR. Today, in a way, it's payback time for the fact that you gave Telangana. But Andhra Pradesh, the Congress is a wipeout there at the moment. I don't think this is going to change anything in Andhra. Though, interestingly, Sudhir, someone has sent me, the arrest of Chandrababu Naidu also affected KCR because the Kammas have taken revenge, some say, because KCR was seen to be hand in glove with Jagan Reddy. Is there any truth in that, or is this Congress victory confined now to Telangana? It will have no impact on Andhra that goes to the polls in a few months.
That impact of Chandrababu Naidu's Kamma community influencing the vote would be seen only in some constituencies in Hyderabad and some in Khammam district and probably bordering Nalgonda, but not beyond that. But the feeling was that the TDP, even though not contesting this election, was in a tacit sense supporting the Congress this time, even though its alliance partner Janasena was contesting along with BJP. So that's a bit messy, but the Telangana effect will be felt on Andhra Pradesh politics. The interesting part is that Chandrababu Naidu in 2018-19 went against the BJP, fought against, lost both Andhra Pradesh, also got reduced to only 3 Lok Sabha seats. Chandrasekhar Rao, the other Chandra of Telugu state politics, also pretty much reduced to the same state. We'll have to see how the BRS performs in April 2024.
It's therefore, the Congress therefore can find this southern comfort, but unless it can build a bridge beyond South India, it's going to find it very difficult to sort of remain relevant to the national discourse.
It's not dominating,
We keep talking about southern comfort. Let's face it, if there's a referendum or a presidential contest between Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi just in South India, Mr. Modi will win.
If we recall on political stock exchange, the only 2 states where Mr. Modi was well below Rahul Gandhi, if correct me if I'm wrong, was Kerala and Tamil Nadu. These were the only 2 states where he was
Let's
below
listen
Rahul.
to senior BJP leader, Union Minister Smriti Irani is reacting on these big BJP
जिस
victories.
प्रकार का कटाक्ष विपक्ष के नेताओं ने नरेंद्र मोदी पर किया, वो कटाक्ष विपक्ष को, गांधी खानदान को महंगा पड़ा है। जनता जानती है कि विकास के मुद्दों पर सिर्फ नरेंद्र मोदी का नेतृत्व, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ही खरी उतरी है और जनता ने उसी पर भरोसा कर पुनः मोदी मैजिक के माध्यम से आज ये परिणाम हमारे सामने प्रस्तुत किया है। मैं इतना ही कहना चाहूंगी, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता प्रतिबद्ध हैं कि नरेंद्र भाई के नेतृत्व में, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी के मार्गदर्शन में हम पार्टी को हर प्रदेश में सशक्त करेंगे। आज के परिणाम हम सबके लिए सुखद हैं, लेकिन साथ ही 2024 में जीत का संकेत है।
The BJP there, massively reassured by these victories, now almost certain of a strong showing in 2024, unless something disastrous happens. And given the astute political management of the BJP top brass, even when something seems to be going wrong, they quickly make the corrections that are required. This victory pretty much seals 2024 for all practical purposes. The Congress will have to slog it out for another 6 years to try and put together a machine which can take on the BJP in Chhattisgarh. If you can snatch Chhattisgarh, the BJP can snatch Chhattisgarh from the Congress, an election which is really something that the Congress should have won, the Congress will find it very difficult to beat the BJP in a head-on-head fight.
2024, I know nothing is a done deal in politics, but it's as close to a done deal today. That's my sense. let's say, because the BJP won 62 out of 65 of these Lok Sabha seats as well. That was, some would say, post-Balakot. This is not Balakot effect. This is your state leadership proving itself, your national leadership adding its ammunition. And I can only see the BJP, frankly, once again looking close to 300 at the moment.
No, they're going for 400 par. No, one second, Rajiv. Like we saw in Uttar Pradesh, where everybody was saying 200 par, the BJP said 300 par. The BJP's big war cry, when the Prime Minister speaks, he'll be going to the BJP headquarters at 6:30 p.m. this evening at Deen Dayal Upadhyay Marg. Their big war cry will be up ki bar 400 par.
So there are 4 states where I see the BJP still vulnerable. One is Karnataka, one is Bihar, one is Bengal, and one is Maharashtra. These are 4 states that but see what they've done in Maharashtra. They've broken the Shiv Sena, they've broken the NCP. So they've consolidated themselves. They will, I'm sure in Karnataka, they've effected a leadership change. They brought in the JDS. In Bihar, I think they're very clear that they will try and craft their own caste coalition to take on Lalu. And Amit Shah's first rally. I mean, think about this. Campaign over on the day that voting is taking place in Telangana. Where was Amit Shah? In Bengal, addressing a huge rally. So this is, this machine that keeps rolling on.
In Bihar, the BJP alone last time won 17 seats. In alliance with JDU, 139. For the BJP to repeat 17 may not be that difficult. Repeating 39 will be tough. I agree.
Yes, Rahul.
A lot of people are asking what the Lok Sabha trends could look like. So what we'll try and do in just a moment is to give you a sense of in the conversions which have happened. So let me stand in the middle, try to explain, nobody takes a screenshot and gets it all wrong. Let me explain what we want to do. In the seats which we've converted, I'll show you what the parliament conversions are going to look like. If you aggregate the assembly-wise vote share, what does parliament look like? I'll show that to you. Akshita Nandgopal is just trying to get a mic in to see if she can speak to Revanth Reddy. Let's listen and if we can catch in there. So as I explained, what we'll try and do, and I'll build on this over the next couple of hours, this is the first cut I'm showing you. Each Lok Sabha seat is made up of assembly segments, 7, 6, 8. If I add, we haven't added for all just yet, if I add each of those assembly segments into Lok Sabha trends, what does it look like? So we'll do that. I'll start, for example, with Madhya Pradesh, and we'll try and show you what the conversion of these assembly segments into Lok Sabha trends could look like. So there are 29 parliamentary seats in Madhya Pradesh. If we convert, and obviously it doesn't work like this, the factors are different, the elections are different, the mechanics are different, but if I just did a simple arithmetic, just for the sake of Adda, you want to have Adda, you want to talk what will happen, so instead of just talking, let me give you some data. If I convert the trends that have come so far from assembly segments into Lok Sabha leads, the Congress would have 7 Lok Sabha leads, the BJP 22. So at the very least, and the BJP will of course hope that this goes up, at the very least the BJP would have 22 Lok Sabha leads in Madhya Pradesh. From there, let me come to Chhattisgarh. There are 11 Lok Sabha seats in Chhattisgarh. On these 11 Lok Sabha seats, if I convert the assembly trends into, this is all being done live, I'm seeing this for the first time myself also. So if I now convert assembly leads into Lok Sabha trends, on these 11 seats, the BJP at 8, the Congress at 3. And remember, Lok Sabha election is easier for the BJP than this. So 8 already, the Congress only at 3. So from there, I now want to go to Telangana. Let's see what's happening in Telangana. In Telangana, if we just did an arithmetic conversion, as I said, this election intelligence dashboard is quite magical. It will typically take people many days to do this kind of conversion. We can do it live for you. So if we convert assembly leads into Lok Sabha, the Congress leading on 9 Lok Sabha seats, the BRS on 6, the BJP had 4 last time, this time at 1, but they'll hope to do better in a Lok Sabha context. And lastly, let me come to Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, when I last checked, the data wasn't complete, but for what it's worth, from the seats we've been able to convert so far, the BJP leading on 16, the Congress only on 3. The other data I don't have just at this moment. I'll update it next time. It's looking pretty good. The BJP is looking at it, they won't take it for granted, but they'll say, okay, we're looking strong. Sure.
Just add 5 to 10% market share, vote share on this, and then make the.
And the stock market will boom in the morning. I was speaking to Shail Bhatnagar, who heads markets today for Business Today Television. He said, if the BJP wins 2 Heartland seats, you watch Rahul tomorrow. When the markets open, the BSE and NSE will be at historic highs. They weren't expecting 3 wins. With 3 wins in the Heartland, the markets will be on a roll.
Absolutely, and just you have. I understand they're just doing a literal translation, but the vote share is going to be very different in the next, and it's going to be advantage BJP. And I don't know what the India Alliance will do. Maybe they'll come up with another story. We'll know.
In a world which is so volatile, in a world that is so volatile, with elections so unpredictable in democracy after democracy, if India gets the same government and same prime minister for 3 successive terms,
remember Margaret Thatcher and Tony Blair, 2 other transformative leaders in their 3rd election struggle. I mean, they didn't win, but it was a lot of struggle. Any leader internationally, if you're looking at these results, globally, they'll be envious of Narendra Modi. India's Prime Minister, after 9.5 years of being in power, to have this kind of popularity across the heartland is quite amazing. It's an astounding achievement to be able to keep voters on their side. The pundits may not be on their side. They're just itching and waiting to write his obituary. The voters have a mind of their own.
And it's not going to stop. On 22nd of January, you'll have Mr. Modi doing the Ram Mandir inauguration. If anything, that will give it even more emotive resonance across North India. In that sense, he's got the narrative. He's got the leadership, the leadership battle, in a sense, sewn up. If I was the opposition, I wouldn't really know what to do. Assume that you're actually talking of a rival who's ticked all the boxes at the moment. There was even talk that the poorer sections of society, those on the margins who suffered during COVID, are the ones who perhaps would vote against the BJP. But look at what's happening in Chhattisgarh. The poorer parts of the country, Chhattisgarh has some parts of the country where a large number of Dalits, tribals who live on the margins are there. They've all reposed their faith in the BJP in this election. So in parts of Madhya Pradesh, Malwa Nimad, for example. So clearly, I think he's built what with Shivraj Singh Chauhan also is to bharosa, trust. So when you're looking at a double engine then.
He's also built a welfare architecture that gets linked directly to the union government and to him.
And even when you went across the states, Rajiv, which we spoke of during the exit polls, when you were trying to conflate both the two, you can't, because the voters, which were very clear that they were going the Congress way, made it very clear that when it comes to 24, they're going to vote the Prime Minister.
Hello?
Okay, let's just listen to Akshita Nandgopal, who's finally caught up with Revanth Reddy, the one Congress leader who's beaming at the moment. Even though at 63, the Congress is only 3 above the halfway mark. Think about it. If there's a split tomorrow in the Congress, what happens next?
I'm happy for that. You have access.
We're going to close the show with those pictures of Revanth Reddy. These are the only pictures that the Congress can be gleeful about today. Else, it's been a saffron sweep. So from there, I'm going to show you the pictures across BJP offices in different parts of the country. Kabhi khushi, kahi gham. Khushi in the BJP camp, gum in the Congress camp. Today has been the BJP's day out. The BJP reasserting its supremacy in southern India. Revant Reddy there. Those are pictures in Hyderabad, but I'll ask my producer to shift to all the pictures that we've got from other capitals of the country, from Jaipur, from Raipur, and from Bhopal, where it is the BJP's day out. On that note, I must take our first break. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back in the evening with plenty more.
हम महिलाओं को स्वतंत्र राजस्थान बना के रहेंगे।
You are watching India Today, powered by Finesse, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
As much as we thought that the Rajasthan result is going to be neck and neck, it clearly looks now that the BJP is taking a lead. The numbers are showing BJP leading. You're already celebrating. What's the move? बिल्कुल भारतीय जनता पार्टी प्रचंड बहुमत से राजस्थान में सरकार बनाने जा रही है और हम इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं राजस्थान की प्रत्येक नारी शक्ति का जिन्होंने कि इस महिला विरोधी कांग्रेस सरकार को उखाड़ फेंकने का जो प्रण लिया था वो आज पूरा हो गया है और पूरी महिला शक्ति और इसलिए शांति धारीवाल जो महिला विरोधी बयान देते हैं वो पीछे हैं और राजस्थान ने महिला जाति ने उखाड़ कर फेंक दिया। कांग्रेस सीएम कौन है? सीएम कौन होगा? अगर सीएम कोई भी बने राजस्थान में बहुमत से सरकार बन रही है। कौन वसुंधरा राजे? देखिए सीएम चाहे जो भी बने वो हमारे शीर्ष नेतृत्व का निर्णय है और हमें सिरों धारे हैं। हम तो बस इस बात में खुश हैं कि राजस्थान में कमल का फूल अपने प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ खिल रहा है। जय भाजपा, जय भाजपा। क्यों आपको क्यों लगता है कि गहलोत अगर हार गए क्यों हार गए? मीठी रेवड़ियां देने के चक्कर में हार गए। किसके चक्कर में? मीठी रेवड़ियां बांटने के चक्कर में हार गए। रेवड़ियां बांटने से कुछ नहीं हुआ। राजस्थान की जनता पीड़ित थी कांग्रेस सरकार से और राजस्थान की जनता ने नतीजा दे दिया। आप वसुंधरा राजे को चाहते हैं सीएम या कोई और? अगर जीत गई बीजेपी ऐसी सरकार है जहाँ कोई भी सीएम बने हम जीत गए, सीएम कोई भी बने हमें स्वीकार है। अच्छा सीएम कोई भी मिले, आप मोदी के लिए वोट किया है या किसके लिए? राजस्थान की सुशासन लाने के लिए और मोदी जी के लिए। आप गहलोत अगर हारेगा तो क्यों हारेगा? अगर नहीं हार गया गहलोत लिपट गया, नारी को सुरक्षा दे न सके वो सरकार निकम्मी है। जादू का पिटारा हो चुका है। मोदी आ चुका है। Well, this is obviously keeping a hawk eye on the 2024 elections. You have the BJP already doing the victory dance here. Massive jubilant celebrations as we see here right outside the BJP office. There you have the entire setup here, all decked in saffron. BJP flags, orange balloons, people wearing orange gear. A lot of them painting their face in orange. It's quite an ecstatic moment here for the BJP cadre in Rajasthan undoubtedly.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finesse, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company. Co-presented by Aapka Joy, Bharat Ka Joy, Joy e-bike. Co-presented by Nexa, Create Inspire. Co-powered by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat. Co-powered by ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. बना हुआ मैं बनेगा भारत.
Welcome back. Big day for the BJP.